Oh, good morning, everyone. Now you see classification of computers. Today we will start about classification of computers. So here you come. Now you see classification of computers. So on the basis of size and performance, computers are divided into the following types. So what? On the basis of size as well as performance. So these two things, that is size as well as performance, computers are divided into the following types. Fine. Now here you see the first one is microcomputer. It works on a single microprocessor. That means in microcomputer there is only one single microprocessor. Fine. So what is microprocessor? What is microprocessor? You need to know about what is microprocessor. It is a computer processor in which all the components are a part of a single integrated circuit or chip. Once more, it is a computer processor in which all the components are a part of a single integrated circuit or chip. It is used by a single person at a time. So did you understand what is microprocessor? Now examples of microcomputers. Desktop computers or personal computers. The one you used in offices as well as school as well as in your home. Fine. Now come here. You see here is mini computer. It has more processing power as compared to microcomputer. So as compared to microcomputer, it has more processing power. It is used as a server and are in multi-user system. So it used as server and are in multi-user system. So it is used as a server and in multi-user system. It has more memory. So that is why it can store more data as compared to microcomputer. Large numbers of input and output devices can be attached to mini computer. Here are some examples. CDC 1700 and HP 3000 are examples of mini computers. So these are the examples of mini computers. Now come next to mainframe computer. It is a very large as well as it is very expensive. Very large memory. It has very large memory also. So it can store even more data as compared to mini computer. So previous we have learned about mini computer. So it is very large as well as expensive. Which one? Mainframe computer is very large as well as expensive. As it has very large memory also. So it can store even more data as compared to mini computer. More than 100 users can connect through mainframe computer at a time. Now see the examples. IBM system Z9 is a mainframe computer. Fine. Now the next one is supercomputer. Now next one is supercomputer. It is the most powerful in terms of processing speed and memory. So in terms of what? Processing speed and as well as memory. Most powerful. It can execute. What does execute means? That means it can solve. It can solve. billions of instructions per second. It is very expensive. That means very costly. It is very costly. These type of computers are used for weather forecasting, underground studies. Now see the examples of supercomputer. They are Cray 1 and IBM's Blue Genie slash L. So once more I am telling you, supercomputer, it is the most powerful in terms of processing speed and memory. It can execute, that means solve, billions of instructions within a second. That means within per second. It is very expensive also. These type of computers generally used for weather forecasting and underground studies. Examples are Cray 1, IBM's Blue Genie slash L. Now come to the book. You see, here is a recap corner. So make sure in your book you read all these things very carefully. A computer follows an IPO cycle. Data is provided to the computer through an input. Processing of data is performed by CPU of a computer and output is given on an output device. Okay, the CPU is a small hardware component that carries out all the instructions. It has two main components. They are ALU and CU. Next, primary memory is two types. They are RAM as well as ROM. Next, there are various types of ROMs used in computers such as PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. Next, cache memory is a high-speed memory present between the CPU and the main memory. Next, some secondary devices including hard disk, CDs, DVDs, flash memory and memory cards. Next, there are various types of computers such as microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computers and supercomputers. So students, please, you learn this chapter, you read this chapter, and here is the exercise corner. Try to do it at home. Okay, and the question answers I'm going to write it for you in the next class. Thank you very much.